Welcome to the seventh and second last module of our Asbestos Awareness course. In this module, we'll go over some of the personal protective equipment you may see asbestos handling specialists wear. The most obvious piece of equipment are the coveralls. These must have a hood and also fit snugly at the ankles, wrist, and neck. They must also be accompanied by suitable footwear, which are usually rubber boots, chosen because any asbestos can be easily washed off. If the clothing is disposable, it must be added to the asbestos waste. If it is reusable, it must be cleaned at a site equipped to handle asbestos. Next to the coveralls, the respirator is the most obvious piece of personal protective equipment. Which type should you choose? Broadly speaking, there are two types of respirators. The first type is supplied air respirators, which bring air to you from a fresh air source. You can see an example of a supplied air respirator on the slide. These provide the most protection of any respirators and are used for the most hazardous asbestos activities. The second type of respirator is an air purifying respirator. These respirators take the air around you and filter it before you breathe it. Variations of this type are used for all asbestos activities, except those that require supplied air. Respirators can come equipped with full face pieces, as shown. In addition to protecting your lungs, full face piece respirators also protect your eyes and face. Secondly, you have half face piece respirators, which only protect the lungs. And of course, there are specialty respirators for those with unique needs. Respirators can be reusable or disposable. Assuming they have the correct rating, disposable respirators can be used when handling asbestos. The last way to look at respirators is their power source. This can be the wearer, who sucks air through the filters when they breathe in, such as in the typical respirator. Or it can be a powered air purifying respirator, or PAPR. These have a battery-powered fan carried on the wearer's back that sucks air through filters and blows clean air over the face. In general, powered respirators are more effective than non-powered ones. When we discuss dust, or officially particulate, respirators, we must consider oil mist. This is important as such mist can degrade the performance of some filters. To help address that issue, manufacturers make respirators in three classes: an N class that is not resistant to oil, an R class that is resistant to oil, and finally a P class that is oil-proof. Respirators also come in three different dust filtering efficiency classes: a 95 class that captures 95% of dust particles of 0.3 microns diameter, a 99 class that captures 99% of dust particles, and a 100 class that actually captures 99.97% of the dust particles. So when you look at particulate respirators, check the classification. It will have a letter indicating the resistance to oil and a number indicating the filtering efficiency. Thus, the ubiquitous N95 respirator is not resistant to oil and 95% efficient at filtering dust. For asbestos work, only 100 series filters are allowed. This table shows the minimum respirator requirements for various asbestos-related activities in Ontario. Beyond highlighting to our learners that similar tables can be found in many jurisdictions, I will not go over the chart details here. I simply wanted to illustrate that these requirements existed. And this concludes our short discussion of personal protective equipment. I invite you now to move on to Module 8, where we will conclude the course and discuss the final quiz.